will advance to the NFC title game. Let's send it back out to Brandon Gott.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Here now, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Timberwolf.
Throwing to start the drive. Harris. Pressure comes and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cougar 19. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Harris. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Harris to throw on third down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
To throw is Harris. Throwing on first down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Harris. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Walden. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. In motion right goes Reed. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun. Harris to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at about the 32.
They start to drive with White. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Play fake. Mayfield. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give to White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now Harris on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Harris. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Back to throw. Harris. That is caught. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Harris on 1st and 10. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Walden, and a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 41. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's keep those sticks moving.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
Okay, ready?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
120 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Roll, roll, roll.
Now he'll try to run with this.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's picked. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Down to the 10.
And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up, it's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and a score the other way. A fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
Ready, go.
Up the middle they go. Walden. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Check, check. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Walden. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2.
Unlock right. Unlock. Bronco switch. Rock. Shot alert. Shot alert.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go. I want to see your TD celebration dance.
First down, here's White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think they want to start getting back into this game, and behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Dances by at the 20. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One back in the backfield, who'll get the carry. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of the guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage? And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal. But now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Throwing, Mayfield. This is White on the screen. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On third down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Harris. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
In motion right comes Reed.
On first down, Walden. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They're going option play on 3rd down. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Slot man moves right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they get a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 30-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Following the interception, Mayfield.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They go play action. Mayfield.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Now they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set. Watch the middle. Watch the middle. Roll, snap, snap.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Walden. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission. I think
you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Here's J.K. Scott now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. It's taken to the 26. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes it right side of the lane. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Well, this one taken in by Otten.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. His throw incomplete. Boy,
just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with football. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Walden. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Now a handoff up the middle. Walden. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right.
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back.